65 million years ago, a Cybertronian spaceship used devices called seeds to extinguish the dinosaur population on Earth, transforming the landscape into metal that can be used to build new transformers. Present day, and geologist Darcy commandeers a dig in the Arctic and takes in the frozen transformers to mine their metal. In Texas, Cade Yeager, a poor robotics inventor, and his business partner Lucas buy a bunch of used parts from an old rundown theater. Among the parts is an old rusted truck that Cade purchases for $15. Appearing before a hearing, Harold Attinger explains that he launched Operation Cemetery Wind to round up the remaining Transformers on the planet. Certain Autobots were granted amnesty. However, most have gone on the run and are being hunted down by Attinger's agents, notably Savoy, who lost his sister in the Chicago War 5 years ago. Savoy is working with an intergalactic bounty hunter named Lockdown, who is agreeing to help the humans in exchange for Optimus Prime. He mortally wounds Ratchet and kills him when Ratchet fails to give up Optimus's location.
Never is here.
Back in Texas, Cade's daughter Tessa arrives home to discover the old truck and that Cade is behind on rent and bills. She doesn't approve, but Cade asks her to trust him. The next morning, Cade tells Lucas and Tessa that he's been up all night examining the truck and hears a transmission coming from the truck saying, "Calling all Autobots." Cade realizes that this is a transformer, much to Tessa and Lucas's shock. Cade manages to restart Optimus Prime.
I'll kill you! Stay back!
Who tells him that the Autobots are being hunted by Lockdown and that he needs to get to them. Cade sends Lucas into town to collect parts to fix Optimus. Unfortunately, Lucas sells them out to the government for a reward, and Savoy and his agents arrive and intimidate them. When Cade lets slip that he has Optimus, Savoy points a gun to Tessa's head. Optimus storms out of the barn and rescues them. Right at this moment, Shane Dyson, Tessa's secret boyfriend, drives up and collects Cade, Tessa, and Lucas. They are chased by Savoy and his agents as well as Lockdown. Just as they are about to escape, Lockdown throws a grenade at them.
Run!
Lucas is incinerated in the blast, but Tessa, Shane, and Cade escape in Optimus. The threesome are taken to the desert, where Optimus introduces them to the remaining Autobots Bumblebee, Drift, Hound, and Crosshairs. With Cade's help, the Autobots figure out that a company called KSI is behind the execution of the Autobots. Cade, Tessa, Shane, and the Autobots travel to their Chicago facility to try to find out who's behind everything. At the Chicago office, Joshua Joyce meets up with Darcy to discuss matters. Joshua tells her that KSI has now replicated their own Transformers from the metal from the deceased Autobots, dubbed Transformium. KSI has built their own prototypes, Stinger and Galvatron. Cade gets busted by security while snooping around in KSI and is brought to Attinger. The Autobots storm the building to rescue him. And Optimus confronts Joshua, promising that KSI will pay for what they've done. Attinger sends Galvatron and Stinger after them, but Galvatron malfunctions during the battle. Lockdown arrives and wounds Optimus and takes him into his ship. Tessa unintentionally scooped up as well. Aboard Lockdown's ship, Lockdown tells Optimus that the creators want Optimus back to do what he was meant for. He imprisons Optimus, and Attinger sends Savoy aboard the ship to collect one of the seed bombs from the beginning. Cade, Shane, and the Autobots storm the ship and rescue Tessa. The Autobots free Optimus, and Cade collects an alien gun from Lockdown's weapons vault. The Autobots escape in an escape pod of the ship, while Cade, Tessa, and Shane are rescued by Bumblebee. The Autobots regroup and discover that Galvatron is in fact Megatron. Megatron's head was used as the basis for the Galvatron, and he managed to infect the other prototypes. They also reason that is, Galvatron gets the seed, he'll use it to extinguish the human race. The Autobots vow to stop Galvatron, but after that, they're done protecting the humans. Cade calls Joshua and informs him to Galvatron's plan. Joshua is given the seed by Attinger as part of their deal. Joshua had intended to detonate the seed in an uninhabited area and use the resulting transformium to build more prototypes. Joshua tries to back out of the deal, but Attinger won't let him. Galvatron takes control of the KSI prototypes and launches an invasion of Hong Kong to take the seed.
Detonate the seed.
The Autobots arrive, but the escape pod crashes, stranding Optimus, Drift, and Crosshairs in the jungle. Hound and Bumblebee are left to fight the prototypes. Joshua meets up with Cade, Tessa, and Shane with the seed in tow. Attinger sends Savoy after them to take them out. Cade fights Savoy and throws him out of a 3-story window. He meets up with the others as Hound wards off the prototypes. In the jungle, Optimus discovers that the escape pod has prisoners Dinobots. He manages to tame them and rides them into battle.
You defend my family. We're going to prove who we are.
The battle rages on, and Bumblebee kills Stinger. Lockdown arrives in his ship and uses a magnet to suck up cars and boats and drop them on the street as the humans try to escape. Optimus manages to take out the magnet, but Lockdown fights Optimus and impales him with his own sword. As Cade tries to help, Attinger attacks him. Optimus manages to kill Attinger before Shane and Tessa tow the sword out of Optimus. Optimus overpowers Lockdown and splits him in half. Galvatron escapes and vows revenge. Optimus tells the Autobots that because there is a price on his head, it is not safe for him to be on Earth. He charges the Autobots with protecting the Jaegers before blasting into space to find whoever hired Lockdown.
'Cause I'm coming for you.